Hi guys, hi everybody. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's yet another Friday. If you're seeing this, actually is on Friday. I hope that it will come up on Friday. But thank you so much for actually tapping on the video and just being interested in whatever it is that I'm going to say. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you've never been on this channel, you're welcome. Please remember to subscribe, to share, to like, and to comment in the comment section because I really want to know who you are and what you think about our videos. If you're coming back, thank you so much for being consistent in watching and listening to whatever I have to say. You're also welcomed here. You're welcome, and thank you so much, guys, for everyone who has just tapped and watched this video. And so I just want to remind those of you who have not been able to subscribe, because I've noticed that most of you are watching the content and are not subscribers. Please feel free to subscribe. Feel free to subscribe. Imagine it's free. Just subscribe and support our content so that you can be able to reach more people. And also to encourage the person who's doing the content. Because if you do content and you're not subscribing, sometimes you get very discouraged. All right? So today we are going to actually talk about a topic that I really love so much, a topic that I have experienced, a topic that has really changed my life, a topic that has really been a transformative topic to me. And this is how to change any skill into an online service that pays. And I know most of you have come here because you're really interested to know how best you can be able to use whatever you have in your hand and just change it to be a skill that you can invest in. Sorry, a skill that actually can bring you a source of income. And so let's get into the video. I know you've watched the thumbnail. That is why you've been able just to be here. And so let's get into the video. So most people think that they need a degree or they need years of experience or a perfect business idea for them to make money online. That is the illusion out there. But the truth is that there are people that are getting paid every single day for skills they already have. And so you really need to think about the skills that you already have. Some are actually making money organizing emails. Imagine such a small skill. Some are creating Canva graphics and they're getting money through that. Some are actually writing just captions, even for a video like this one. Some are replying to customer messages. Some are editing videos, and others are simply helping business owners to just save their time. As simple as that. That is the skill that you can have and can be able actually to save money, to have some money, an extra coin with your bank account. So in today's video, I want to show you exactly how to turn your existing skills into a service people will pay for. So if you've been waiting to start to work remotely, you've been waiting for freelancing, if you've been waiting to earn online or an income online, uh, you don't know where to start, this video is actually for you. All right. So thank you so much, guys. So let's get into this so that we can just start this all. So a lot of people actually, I have my notes and I'm reading them. So don't be shocked so that I don't forget some things. Sometimes you can come in, just open your camera and things go away. So a lot of people think that services have to be complicated, but services are just simple. It's just using a skill to solve a problem for someone else. That's it. So businesses and entrepreneurs pay for outcomes. They pay for convenience. They pay to save time. They pay to make money, more money, and also they pay to avoid stress. So if you're able to solve these problems for business owners, actually you can be able to make money online. So outcome, convenience, saving time, making more money, and avoiding stress. So instead of asking, what skill do I have? You need to start to ask yourself, what problem can I solve? So for example, if you're good at communication, you can become a customer support assistant. You can assist the business owner in customer support. If you are organized, you can become a virtual assistant to help them to organize their calendar, their emails, and everything around administrative work. If you know how to use Canva, you can create social media graphics and you can be able to monetize that skill. If you're good in English, some of you are so good in English, you can actually do proofreading and content writing for business owners before they post their content out. If you're good at spreadsheets, you can help them with data entry. And if you're good in social media, you can actually help them to manage different business platforms like their Instagram and their TikTok pages. So the online world rewards people who are problem solvers and not problem creators. And most of us are actually problem creators. So online world or the remote work actually rewards people who can solve problem. And the good thing is many online services do not require an advanced degree. They just require you to be reliable, to be someone who can communicate, and they are also depend on the results that you are the result that you're going to give to the businesses. So one mistake that many beginners actually make is assuming that they have no skills. But chances are that you already have monetizable skills. The problem is that you are overlooking them because you feel they are normal to you. So if you know you have skills and you don't know that you have skills, I know you don't have the skills. So ask yourself this question. What do people actually usually every time ask for help from you? What do people like ask yourself, what do people usually ask me for help with? And then number two, what are the natural tasks that come naturally to you? What are the tasks that actually come naturally to you? And then the third thing is that what are the tools and the apps do you already know how to use? All right. Then number four is that you really need to know what have you done at school, at work, at church, at businesses, or volunteering or with your friends. What is it that you've been doing? That can be actually a skill. And then the fifth thing is what do you enjoy learning about online? What do you enjoy learning about online? So let me repeat again the five questions that you need to ask yourself. What do you usually, what do people usually ask for help with? What tasks come naturally to you? What tools or apps do you already know how to use? Uh, and then what do you have you done in school, at work, at business, or at church, just as a volunteer? And what do you enjoy learning about online? So let's look at the examples that you have. If you know how to use Canva, you can be able to do graphic design and you can be able to offer graphic design as a services. If you know how to prompt ChatGPT well, you can decide to be an AI automation specialist or an AI content creation specialist, and you can start selling that skill to business owners. If you are good at Excel and Google Sheets, you can actually decide to be an admin support or a virtual assistant in this case. If you're good in TikTok and Instagram, you can offer social media management. Some of you are so good in Instagram and TikTok, and you don't monetize those skills. Check your way. The other thing, you're good at email writing. That means that you can get a job in customer service or virtual assistant. Some of you are so good in English. I mean, sometimes I post videos and you tell me instead of putting that verb there, put it here. So you can actually monetize it through transcription, writing, and proofreading. Some of you are so good at video editing. Can you do content editing services? Some of you are so good at research. Can you do lead generation or internet search for business owners so that you can be able to monetize that skill? Some of you are good at scheduling. Can you do executive assistant work? Some of you are so good at organization. You can actually do operation support. So even if you're a beginner, you can still start. Remember that you don't need to be an expert for you to be useful. Let that sink in. You don't need to be an expert for you to be useful. You only need to know more than the person you're helping. You only need to know more than the person you're helping. Some of you want to get into remote work, and whatever you know is at the lowest. You have to know more than the person that you're trying to help. So identify your client and really know more than whatever they are or who they are. So or whatever they know. So now this is where many people get stuck. They say you can use Canva, but it's not yet a service. So we are going to talk about how you can turn your skills into a clear service, because this is where most people are actually stuck. So you say you can use Canva, but that is not yet a service. A service needs to be very clear. Instead of saying that you do social media, you can say I help small businesses to create engaging Instagram graphics and captions, be it Instagram, be it TikTok, be it whatever platform that you need. You can tell them that you help them, small business, to create engaging Instagram. Know how to communicate. I keep on talking about communication because I know it's very important when it comes into remote work and online work. So know how to communicate your service. Instead of saying you know ChatGPT, you can say I help business owners to create product description, captions and email content using AI tools. You see the difference? I think you can see the difference between just saying I know ChatGPT and the statement. So the clearer the service is, the easier it is for the easier it becomes for clients to understand your value. So here is a simple formula that you can use. You have to sit down and just with your service say, I help the specific people, that is the client, achieve the specific results using the specific skill. All right. That is what we call the unique value proposition for those of you who don't know. And so you can just say you help the specific people achieve the specific results using the specific skill that you're going to use. And so examples are I help coaches to manage their emails and calendars as a virtual assistant. You see, you are actually communicating your value and what you offer to them. I help small businesses respond to customer messages quickly and professionally. Or I help creators to edit short form videos from TikTok and Instagram Reels. Hmm? I help online stores to create product description that increases sales. So the goal is actually to make your service easier to understand within seconds because people, if you confuse people, they won't buy. And you want people to actually, this money that you're looking for online is coming from people, not from the platform. So you confuse people, they don't buy. You confuse people, you lose them, and that means that they're not going to buy from you. All right. So how do you choose a service that is easy to sell online? If you're starting out, I recommend that you begin with services that have a high demand. For those of you who are starting out, you already don't have a service or a skill, start with a service that is on high demand, services that are beginner friendly, services that can be done remotely, and services that do not require expensive equipment, and services that are easy to learn online. You know, the services that require expensive equipment. So a service that is on high demand, a service that are beginner friendly, a service that can be done remotely, a service that do not require expensive equipment, and a service that are easy to learn. And so here are some of the beginner friendly services that you can actually start into remote work right now. The first one is virtual assistant, just helping businesses with admin tasks like emails, scheduling, research, and organization. The second one that is also highly marketable right now is social media management, creating posts, captions, content calendars, and engaging with followers. The third one is customer support, replying to emails, chats, and customer inquiries. The fourth one, sorry, is content writing. Can you do writing blogs? Can you do writing captions? Can you do product descriptions? Can you do newsletters? The fifth one is actually video editing, especially short form content from TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Instagram Reels. If you are good at that skill, you're going to ace into it. And then the sixth one is graphic design with Canva. I mean, if you don't know how to use Canva, why do you want to work remotely? Canva is the basic skill that you can learn. You can use it to create flyers, you can use it to create carousels, social media posts, and presentations. The seventh one is actually lead generation. So very common, especially on LinkedIn. Man, if you know how to do lead generations, I don't think you will ever be broke. So finding emails, contacts, and business leads for companies. That is what lead generation is all about. The eighth one is actually AI assistant services using tools like ChatGPT, Cloud, Gemini. How are you able to set up those tools so that they can be able to simplify businesses processes and create content faster? So please learn those tools if you want to choose. The ninth one is actually data entry, that is managing spreadsheets, databases, and online records. And then the 10th one is actually appointment setting. Are you able to help businesses to book calls, to follow up with clients? The best part is that most of these skills can be learned online for free. And many clients care more about whether you can deliver results than whether you have the certificates. So, are you able to position yourself and communicate how best you can be able to deliver the results? Once you choose a service, the next step is actually to create an offer. And no, you don't need to have a fancy website to start. A simple offer actually just answers these questions. What do you do? Who do you help? What results do you provide? How much do you charge? And you'll be able actually to turn your skill into a service. And I think this is where most people are also getting stuck. How to turn that skill into a service. Can you sit down and tell yourself what do you do? Who do you help? What results do you provide? And how much do you charge for that service? So for example, I help small business owners manage Instagram pages by creating Canva graphics, writing captions, and scheduling content. Packages starts from $150 per month. That is simple, it's clear, and it's easy to understand. All right. So Leo, now, I know I've said $150 per month, and I know most of you have been, oh, interesting. So now let's talk about pricing. Many beginners undercharge because they lack confidence. But remember, clients are not paying for your time alone. They are paying for convenience, for consistency, and for results. So if your work saves the business owners 10 hours per week, that has value. So you can start small while building experience. All right. So if you are saving the business owners 10 hours per week, that is the value. And so you have to charge according to that value. So for example, you need to charge per project, you need to charge per hour, you need to charge weekly, you need to charge monthly retainers if you are someone who wants monthly retainer, and you need to offer starter packages. So as your confidence and results grow, increase your prices. Please don't wait until you feel perfect before starting. Most people improve while working, not before working. You only perfect what exists. You have to make it exist before you perfect it. All right. Now, how do you find clients? This is the part where everyone wants to know. How do you know, do you actually get clients? Here are some of the best places that you can start with. So, for example, I really like LinkedIn so much. You have to optimize your profile, talk about your skills, post content, and connect with business owners daily and recruiters. LinkedIn and Facebook work the same way. Facebook is the other platform. You can get direct clients, business owners, people that you want to work with. The Facebook groups, most entrepreneurs actually post job opportunities inside the groups. I said that I'm going to make a video on the Facebook groups, and we're going to talk about it more in another video. And then you can also do cold outreach to different people. Message the small business owners that you know directly. Message the LinkedIn founders and the CEOs that you know directly. All right. The other place you can get is that I've done quite a lot of videos on the site that you can actually get jobs. Like for medical virtual assistant, you can get them on 24/7 virtual assistant. You can get some on brand work. You can get some on Sagan. You can get some on We Work Remotely. All those sites, go and check out. So cold outreach, message different people, and be simple and respectful when you're messaging different people, when you're messaging them out. The biggest mistake that beginners make is that you're applying silently. You really need visibility. So you need to post your work, you need to talk about what you are learning, you need to share tips, you need to create sample projects because the internet rewards visible people. You are too broke to be silent. Yes, you're too broke to be silent. So build an experience even before you get paid. Now, maybe you're thinking, but I don't have experience. Here's the truth. Most clients want proof that you can do the work. So create your own proof. All right. So if you want to become a social media manager, please create a mock social media page and start managing it. If you want to become a virtual assistant, show examples of organized spreadsheets and calendars that you've been working on. These are mock projects. If you want to do graphic design, create Canvas samples and have them on a portfolio. If you want to become a writer, write sample articles and publish them on platforms like Medium, yeah, and many other platforms that you know. You don't need permission to start practicing. Build a portfolio before someone hires you. Build a portfolio through the mockup projects. For those of you who are waiting for jobs, as you apply, also sit down and start working on your mockup project. And don't underestimate volunteer work and small projects. Sometimes one small opportunity can lead to a bigger client later. So start with volunteer works, start with those small projects that you're being offered, even if the pay is not good. All right. So let's recap whatever we've said. To turn your skills into a service that someone will pay for, you first need to identify what you already know, and then you need to match it to a problem that people have, and then you need to turn it into a clear service, create a simple offer after that, and then start showing your work online. Apply consistently and improve as you go. Please remember this that you don't need to know everything before you start. Many people make money online today, started with actually basic skills and learned along the way. The most important thing is to start. Start messy, start small, start before you feel ready. because opportunities online usually go to people who have taken action. So if this video has helped you, please make sure that you like, you subscribe, you share, and you comment your thoughts below. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you next week. I'd love to know what you're planning to monetize. And if you want more videos on freelancing and remote work and virtual assistant, AI, and online, and definitely anything that you want to know, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week for another impactful video. And thank you for subscribing, those who have subscribed and those who have gotten to this point. God bless you all and see you at the top. If you need to reach out to me, my number is on my bio and you'll just be able to reach out to me on WhatsApp. God bless you and bye.